One of my favorite things to mess around with in iMovie is actually the Maps panel. And you guys might think this might be a little tacky because it's been so greatly overused, but it does add a little bit of spice to your presentation and a little bit more interest. Notice that I've loaded also this clip of the boat in the sunset. I've provided you with clips such as this one for your week 3 assignments, along with a lot more stock footage. So let me add a portion of that clip into my project. So now, as you can see, I have just a straight cut from the Full Sail bus here in our campus in Winter Park, Florida, into this really nice sunset. And let's say that I want to add some sort of transition with a map to signify that I've traveled from one place to the other. We do so by opening the Maps panel, and we get a fairly decent number of choices from 3D globes to just flat 2D renders, and we can also add and choose the backgrounds. So I'm gonna choose the very first one for this example and just click and drag it into my project. Once I let go and the map is created, we get a couple of choices: duration, video effects, start and end location. So let's go ahead and look at what they mean. The duration is of course the duration of the effect, how long it would take for the transition to take place. So I'm going to change that to 5 seconds. Video effect is just changing the look and feel of the map itself. Right now it's set to none, and we can preview what others will look like. Film grain, H film. I'm going to go ahead and make mine hard light. I like that. So now that we have all those aesthetic changes made to the look and feel, let's go ahead and actually preview what the transition is going to look like. So for the cities, we get a number of choices, and this is not the most extensive number of choices out there, but it serves its purpose for iMovie. I know for a fact that Winter Park is not a part of this search, so I'm just going to go ahead and make it Orlando, which is basically down the street, and I'm going to choose that. As you can see, it instantly changes to Orlando, and we can actually customize the name that will show up. So if I don't want MCO Orlando International, which was what I picked, you can just change that to Orlando, and it changes it in the map. Now you also get the choice of getting an end location. If you wanted to pick an end location, it would just preview this portion of the map. But in this case, I wanted to have a transition from Orlando to Caracas, which is my hometown. So let's go ahead and choose one. Let's see if this pulls that up. Caracas, and there it is, Caracas, Venezuela. Click OK, and now we can actually preview to see what that will look like. Let's go ahead and hit done and preview, and there we have it. Isn't that awesome? Another thing I want to mention is that if for some reason you change your mind and you decide that this map is not cutting it anymore, I don't like it, sometimes that happens, you can actually click and drag on top of that map, and it would only change the look and feel of the map, but all of your presets are actually kept in place. So if we preview that, same exact thing, just a different looking map. This button right here, what it does is that it inverses your start location and end location. So if for some reason you wanted to duplicate this clip and add it to the end when you're returning on your trip back home, all you would have to do is click that, and it will do the inverse. So it would go from Caracas to Orlando. So feel free to experiment with maps. I don't make a requirement for you guys to add them in your projects, but it's definitely fun and spices up your videos a little bit.